Welcome back to Beyond Good and Evil. So let's do some side activities, I just say.
Alrighty.
For example, the shark man there seems to have something on the table, like a code that we can use. Let's see if I can squeeze just... Oh, come on.
Sorry, not gonna be that easy.
Basically, this is where your camera machine comes in handy. Basically, or you can just do that. Like that. As all the other codes, it's randomly generated, so you cannot like exploit it or anything. Anyway, let's input that. B6 G 8 down 7. Yeah. There we go. And we get a series of items and a pearl. Some booster basically for the overcraft. No, Jade, you need to get that open. Okay, or she can just get it. Anyway, yes, it would be more useful for us.
Sorry, Rufus. I may seem a little pushy, but Hillis needs this more than you do.
Stealing is perfectly okay, kids.
It's for the greater good in this case.
The greater good.
The greater good.
Shot 8. Anyway, now that you have... Oh, look at that. Some people are actually starting to rebel. Anyway, now that we have one of the key cards, let's try to give this place a bit of a check. One of the alpha section under minor quarters. This is one of those mini dungeons, similar to the one where Jade had to move onto the boxes on the moving platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, there you go. There's
I think we found the way in, Miss Jade. Power in numbers, Miss Jade.
There we go.
Chapter 21. It's not moving another inch.
Unfortunately, only Jade can go through this, so Double H will have to wait for us on the other side.
Okay, we'll catch up further on.
Yeah, sorry, you gotta wait. We don't serve your kind here.
Basically, for now, you have to climb down, so you need to wait when the laser or the ventilation shafts are, not out. Or you can just do that.
Lovely.
Cool. Basically, the trick here is to stay behind there you go, the laser deflecting blocks.
What do you say? The quickest way is just to stay home.
Not really, Liz.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Imagine if
Yes.
What if part way through the last game you played or something, everyone just decided to just go home and leave.
Well, that would be a very anticlimactic ending.
Yeah, I mean, well...
Although there is something that I think fits that description, just a bit.
I played GTA 5 last, so...
Shiroi.
Yes?
You played Undertale and you also played, God, that more recent game, I forgot.
Deltarune?
No, the one with the strawberries.
Celeste.
Celeste, thank you. Did
Yes.
you also manage to play, or at least you know about, One Shot?
I've known about One Shot for a while. Remember, it falls under the RPG Maker game category.
Yeah, you should give it a try. It is a cat boy as the protagonist.
It's on my list, and I want to play the original version because of the entire purpose of the game before going to the Steam version.
Let's just say with that, like we mentioned, it has a concept that's a bit similar to what you just said. Anyway,
when people just randomly decide to go home halfway through.
Thankfully not like that.
I know it's very short, so I could get around to it.
Time for another section. I forgot if we managed to find them also in the Nutripills factory, but in case you're wondering, this is another appearance of the turrets along the alpha section. This is when they appear. Every time they appear, it's bad news for you. You have to either clear the room very silently without having being spotted, or completely ignore the guard and just basically beelining through the exit. Why? Because as soon as if the guards spot you, as soon as they spot you, they make the turrets, they start activating the turrets, and those are one it kills, no ifs nor whats. So basically, these are sections where you have to be at maximum alert. This is also sometimes emphasized by the potential presence of one of the Alpha section guards who doesn't have a tank behind his back, like this guy here, but just has a hammer. This is one of your hints where you should not tackle the guards, and instead just quietly, very quietly follow behind them like this. No, there's nothing to see here.
Just
You
your
shoot
mind
him.
playing tricks on you. There's totally not a hot girl behind you right now.
Again, just shoot them.
Gotta say, I kind of like the details
And
on.
then they'll fall on their own.
There we go.
And they'll
Nothing to
die.
see. I kind of like the detail on Jade's, side of the trousers, the jeans, whatever she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
It has this tribal pattern. There you go. Now you just need to put this here to lower the lasers, and it should be good. Should be good to exit.
Laser!
Unfortunately, this is not a power up for us, but something that the enemies use.
It's the opposite.
Sorel? No, it's a Seral? I don't know.
Look.
And there we go. We managed to snatch some pearls.
I'll take those off your hands.
Well, remember, Joe, every pearl counts, unfortunately, for this occasion.
Yep.
And besides, it's not like the Alpha section. Oh, another section of this. It's not like the Alpha section was going to use them in any capacity way, any major way. That's one of the things, unfortunately, that this game doesn't tell you much. The fact that aside from the Mamago Garage, you don't know much about how much of the pearls are used. Yes, cutscenes show you, for example, that the domes manage to use them for, their monsters. There we go. But aside from that, you knowing that they're used as a source of energy, they're used only as a currency, which honestly, for the purpose of the game, is fine for me. But I think it should have been expanded just a bit more to make the world a bit more, alive. I mean, you get to see characters holding, also some NPCs holding them deliberately, like we just saw with that shark. Oh, anyway, it's an interesting section. Now the camera is fixed onto the elevator. You need to hug the shadows and, by signaling their direction, just staying behind that, because the elevator will progressively keep going up and being a trajectory of guards here and there on either side. So if they spot you, as you can see, there are turrets, so again, one insta-kill. So basically just change your position very quickly and you should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
The trick, like I said, is follow the shadows and hug them. Fortunately, at some point, one guard even starts getting here, so it's getting a bit cramped. What I also like about these particular scenes is also the tension given by the particular track used here, which is this very droning tune.
Very
Very
good weapons that sound.
Like I said, it's a different composer. This is the first time the composer. It's different from the one of, say, Rayman 2 or 3. But honestly, it recaptures perfectly the spirit. I guess it was also Michel Ancel's, direction that was
There's
given
tons
to
of
him.
alpha sections in the subsoil of Hillis. Better not stick around here much longer.
There we go. And we get even some minor items, like some kebabs. And there's also... that species we already photographed. Oh well.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
Please do not repeat that ad nauseum.
Eggman's just quotable that way.
Yeah, he is too.
Well, yeah, that's Mike Paul. Look, amazingness.
Not just Mike Pollock.
not just Mike Pollock, but
Literally every Eggman, even in the cartoons too, has always the best lines. Like
Yeah, I cannot deny that. Yeah.
Like
Aside from Sonic 06, where they dumbed him
someone-
down a
look at
lot,
look at
Best
There's
character
someone.
every time.
I'm not kidding. There's someone who has made a compilation of all the insults that the Robotnik, in this case, does in Adventures of the Hedgehog in alphabetical order.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like even pre Mike Pollock, Dim Bristow, rest in peace, Dim.
Let's
like,
get to war.
Dim Bristow is also so many great lines.
Get a load of
Yeah,
this.
that's the most obvious
No
one.
way.
I've
Also the line
personally.
at the beginning of the fight with Tails.
Anyway, let me
Huh.
just say this quickly.
Oh,
Basically, if
you-
meat out of you.
basically, if you say the password of the resistance to this merchant, he will he will say something interesting about it and will give you access to something more personal. Basically, all holodisk containing the newspapers of the news of the Iris network, including the one that you just did, the one that Jade just got the photographs for. If you had a keen eye, you would have spotted that this guy was also part of Resistance from that cutscene that showcased, for example, the monitors with all the different kind of members. So there's also a nice way for the game to foreshadow him and reward a player who pays attention to it. But anyway, go on, Pedro.
Well, that's the thing, Shira. You're talking about Sonic Adventure 1 or Sonic Adventure 2? Because yes, like Jova just mentioned, Sonic Adventure 1's opening line of
It was
Eggman.
it was the one Jova just quoted.
That's by far the best delivered line in that game. But no. For a moment there, I thought you were asking if you were talking about Sonic Adventure 2's opening line of Fighting Tales, because I still, for the life of me, cannot hear that whatever the hell he's saying in the opening.
You're no match for me, you weak.
No. That's the second. That's the rematch fight, Joe. I'm talking about the first fight they have at Prison Island. When you're playing with Tails and you hear Eggman, he's like saying, "You're just kidding. You could," and I cannot hear the rest. Like the music is so
Are the
fucking
subtitles
loud.
There, or is it just...
No, they aren't. For the battle quotes, there are no subtitles, Shira. So we.
Also remember that cutscene at the beginning of Knuckles or Rouge story where he gets the Master Admiral. You don't hear anything of what he's saying.
Did you have the subtitles on?
No, like I've told you, the battle lines don't have subtitles.
All right.
Iris 512.
Honestly, don't
Anyway,
remember
these
what was said.
these first two issues of the Aries network were done by Double H, as they told you, and this means also that the photos of him were done by him.
Meteors. The Alpha sections did not arrive on the scene until after the
Yeah,
alert.
again,
The
pretty
Alpha sections
suspicious.
are incapable of assuring the protection of Hillis.
Normally,
let's
I'd say the media can get a bit too out, but this is
Again,
one of those
Jova,
cases where it's
fake news.
completely. This is one of those cases where it's completely warranted for them to get hot on.
Anyway,
their
let's
tails
take a
for
look
this.
at the one that Jade did, issue 513.
Iris 513. Human traffic at the Neutrophils factory. Reporters Double H and Shawnee.
I can't read
According
that
to the
word.
Alpha sections, the shuttles between the factory and the slaughterhouse ensure
Johnny,
the
that sounds
provisioning
like something
of our
from a
soldiers.
Michael
But
Jackson
our
tune.
reporters have successfully infiltrated these places. The
Yeah,
factory
these are
is
the
actually
like
a cover for human
240p
traffic. Hundreds
qualities,
of victims are
JPEGs
sat
that
there
we
daily
did,
under the
photos.
surveillance of the Alpha sections. The Alpha sections themselves are controlled by the DOMs.
Yeah, I guess you can clearly see that.
Alpha sections are traitors under the pay of the DOMs.
Well, here's hoping people will start listening. I mean, according to the protesters in the plaza, it seems some did. So that's a good start.
Oh, hey, a didgeridoo for some reason.
Yeah, didgeridoo for a traditional Chinese shop, of course.
Ha!
Well, I guess you could pull the excuse that this is an alien planet, so it gives that kind of exoticness, I suppose.
Stop
Yeah.
that exotic though, surely.
Although, well, I don't know if you play it, Joe, because I haven't, so I don't know. I need to ask someone who does it. If any of you has played the Tasmanian Tiger games, do they overuse the traditional Australian typical instruments?
Oh, they use it quite a bit. The Tasmanian Tiger. Back from when EA... Yeah, believe it or not, that was an actual
Published
cartoon
for-
platformer owned by EA.
For a while. Nowadays, the developers, I think I forgot what they're called.
Dead.
Chrome Studio.
Chrome Studios, yeah, they retain their IP. Their rights to their IP.
Yeah,
Anyway,
like,
using the
that's
codes
even
that
Canal.
we got a pearl and also a spot to one of the spots where we can, by putting one of the healing items, we can potentially lure one of the animals that I already photographed. Like I said, giving you a chance to photograph it here if you missed it at the Neutrophils factory. Again, that's a nice touch.
Must have some really good smell. They can detect it all the way into here.
Okay.
All right, let's clear the way up
Okay.
a bit up for Double H, and let's see if he responds. We're trying to. There we go.
Nothing to see here, folks.
We're just barging in private property.
It's completely legal. We're the good
Let's
guys.
get to another one of the mini dungeons.
Also, Jova, when it comes to you being able to hear it, you mean in the Dreamcast version, the GameCube version, or the HD version? Because each version has worse sound mixing than the last. In the HD version, I literally cannot hear any of those sequences that we just mentioned earlier, because the music it's like Johnny said in his review, the music is so fucking loud, and I don't understand why is it that game raises the music volume with every port that it has.
You need to hear the awesome soundtrack.
It is awesome, it is, but can we please turn it down when there's people talking?
You know, I remember the good old days when the line was, I'll use your technique, as opposed to, I'll use your chaos control.
Yeah, basically, Theo, in the original Dreamcast version, the game was paced well enough so that you would hear, I will use your technique. The problem is, Theo, in subsequent ports...
This is the ultimate power, as opposed to, this is the ultimate.
Yeah, it's again, it's a case of like the people who made the HD port either didn't give a shit or they were just plain incompetent.
Who were responsible for those?
Let me check.
Remember
Let me check.
Some of the news, both for the first Adventure and Adventure 2 when they were announced, because they were released with a sort of a separation of time. Took a bit before we got the HD port of it. Anyway, you need to avoid also those columns of light, because otherwise the guards will spot you, and like I said, the turret will make mincemeat out of you.
Well,
Most
luckily, I
unpleasant, that
at
would
least
be.
had some chance to play the original version of the adventure game, the first one.
Not to mention, I'm guessing there are some people who are trying to, put, to fix that, if I recall. At least for...
Yeah, there's a channel on
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, there's a channel on YouTube. Well, actually, he's not actually fixing the game, Theo. He was just doing it as a proof of concept that it can be fixed. Where basically he took all of the game's files and completely redid the cutscenes with proper sound mixing to the point where you can actually hear the pictures fine. Like I was even, for example, that scene where Eggman is like, Shadow, get out of there, and then Sonic's like, blows up. Well, turns out, Theo, right after that, Shadow says, "Oh shoot!" But I was never able to hear that before he did that remastered cutscene thing because
Really?
well, Joe, you have to understand that not everybody has super hearing like you do.
Well, I mean, super hearing or not, it's like I thought that was one of the easier lines to hear.
Also, didn't
No,
have
I didn't hear it
subtitles
either, I
in that,
don't
or
think
was one of the battle scenes? Question. Pedro?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that?
Question, was that one of the battle scenes, or did it add potentially subtitles?
No, it had No, that's the thing, Theo. That line was not subtitled for some reason. I guess the people who make the subtitles didn't even hear that line either. I guess this.
Jova, I am so disappointed in you. I never thought you were hearingist.
Shouldn't you making that joke at me? I'm the one who can hear.
No, what I mean is, Jova's being clearly
In considering
Jova's
that people
being
cannot hear.
considerate
Oh, okay.
towards those,
Yeah.
Towards those who cannot hear
Yeah.
badly.
Let's get. I'm gonna get PC Principal to
Those who
come here and
can't
be.
hear badly rendered cutscenes.
Anyway,
And badly,
we got-
and badly
Anyway, we got-
audio.
We got
Sorry,
3 pearls from the alpha section, so everything should be smooth from here, right?
I'm sorry, Dwibs, but I have
Oh
a higher...
shit.
Oh, no.
Well,
I'm sorry, Dwibs, but I have a higher moral ground. I'm black.
You don't know what that? You are
Remember this. It's like Cartman said in South Park. In these days, you can't blame a black person for anything. So sorry, Dwebs. You're out of luck.
Well, unless you are a really super kid.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
that
in
goes
this
without
case,
saying.
Anyway, you just have
Oh,
to wing
actually,
it.
that's the thing, Pedro. Sometimes you have to say it, otherwise people think you're being so vague. You're being crazy.
Anyway, there we go. You just have to wing it and run.
Yeah.
And we're
Remember,
done.
if you keep running, nothing will hurt you.
Fine.
Well,
but we better
something
get out of
hurt
here
us,
before they
so-
discover what I just borrowed
It's okay.
from them.
It only hurt us mentally.
And they will never know what happened.
But seriously, there's not a single scratch on Jay by the looks of it.
Anyway,
There isn't any CCTV footage of it.
Anyway, see you for the next part where we do, I think, more side stuff.
See you then.
See ya.
Ta.